Hello, buddy, and welcome to, the Grim Report. How's everybody doing? Well, I hope. Well, I got a new thing going here on the Grim Report. This is that I am going to be, well, doing a few things to help myself out. One is, if you know me, yes, I am acquainted. I am part of the Dark Waters family. Even though I don't do what they do, I do something similar. So what's going to start from here on out is I'm going to do my best to get a better backdrop. Right now you see my katanas and some old photos, but they're not real photos. They're more like lithographs or paintings that are on wood. But yeah, you see my katanas in the background. Hopefully pretty soon I'll have a better background. But this is going to have to do for now, for about a month or two. But there's going to be a few things that I'm going to start doing on my channel. And is that not everybody knows the myth about something. If this is about a myth or a cryptid, from now on, I'm going to start reading the myth before I get into the sightings or something like that. Unless the myth is short, and I'll just have a few key points to talk about, and before I get on to the main thing. And next is, good old Graham here will be doing live streams. And I will try to have a daily video up. Yes, you heard me. Daily. This is not to get more views. This is to further my channel to make it grow. And it won't be just about mythology or cryptids or the grim news. It will be about supernatural and phenomenal things. Phenomenons, UFOs and such like that. Get to bring in more audience, more people who are just not just into cryptids, but they also want to hear about UFO sightings and stuff like that. And some paranormal stuff. Ghost hauntings and such like that. And there are plenty for me to cover. So, to recap, I will be getting a better backdrop. Unless you guys like this one, let me know in the comments, because if I don't have to buy nothing and you're okay with seeing the katanas in the background in those photos, I'm cool with it too. But that's up to my viewers, not me. Also, if you have any sightings of any of the creatures that I've brought up, someone in the past brought up a sighting, I think it was of a goblin, and it turned out to be a cat demon. I looked it up, it turned out to be a cat demon. I got to that a little bit too late. I apologize to the person who wrote the message. But if you guys have any sightings of any of these things, let me know. And in the next Grim Report, I will report on it. I won't tell your story, because I'm not a narrator. I will give you a link to a narrator. I know at least 2. Actually 3. No, actually 4. I know a bunch. And I will talk it over with them and let them look at it. And then they will decide who wants to do it. Because I'm just a reporter. I report the grim news. I'm not a storyteller. So, with that said, enough of our time has been taken up. 4 minutes to be exact. Well, 5. It's getting on to what is today's show about? Werewolves. I'm going to go into the first werewolf sighting. The legend of werewolf is one of the most ancient world and widespread stories of werewolves can be found as far as history has written. These shapeshifters myths can be found all over the world. China, Iceland, Brazil, Haiti. The humanoid creatures of myth and folklore have incredible abilities to shapeshift. They are said to shift into form of a wolf or a human. Wolf hybrid. Some legends have then been able to shift and at will, others after being cursed and scratched or bitten. Not all. Not all. Some of the first accounts of werewolves came from ancient Greek literature. Ovid in the Metamorphoses told of Arcade, King Lycon, king of Lycon, was visited by Zeus, not believed him to be a true all-knowing god. He decided to test Zeus by serving him human flesh and one of the many dishes served at a banquet in the honor, and not just any flesh. Lycon served up his own son's flesh. That's not surprising. This is ancient Greece. His son, Nicodemus, was just one of 50. Lycon felt he had plenty more where that came from. Unsurprisingly, this was not a very smart move. Murder and cannibalism was a major slight. Indeed, upon discovering the tainted dish, Zeus changed King Lycon into a werewolf. Since he had obviously liked human flesh, the wolf form would be more acceptable form to take. In part a vile activity, Zeus then brought his son to Nicodemus back to life. Well-known werewolves. The most widely known of werewolves would be the Little Riding Hood. The origins of the Little Red Riding Hood story can be traced to a time likely preceded in the 17th century and various European countries, making it his tale relevant to werewolf trials of this time, similar to witch trials. There are many ancient legends warn the fragile, small, and easiest of targets, children. The Little Red Riding Hood features a wolf who talks to Little Red Riding Hood and then dresses in grandmother's clothing to fool the innocent little girl. Not something any regular wolf could do. Exactly, guys. Exactly. That is the myth and the first ever sighting of a werewolf. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the title of the thing is going to be The Werewolf Spotted in the Bronx. Yes, the Bronx, New York. If I'm correct, I don't want to piss anybody off, I know. This happened winter 1913. On the frosty and dark winter night, a misty coldness descended upon New York. The cold crept along the park and streets of the Bronx, seeping in through every crevice of every respectable home scattered about. Near the Moshew Parkway, just below the decent tree line that existed back then, something strange lurked. A creature described as a werewolf, by the unlucky enough to have stumbled across the path at night. Even more astonishing, the fact that many also described a soft glowing image from the creature. Many believe this be a rumor. However, late December night, a creature stepped out of the shadows and into the sleepy streets of the Bronx. At night, the phones rang off the hooks. The Cambridge police. The reporter reports there were blizzard and calls sounded fanatic. Over whatever it was, the callers reported undoubtedly sent extra chills down the spines that cold nights. I forgot the website, guys. Usually I have it up here. But it's also in a newspaper. Whatever the newspaper is, you guys, whatever New York newspaper there is, you guys can look it up. But I got the myth from Myth, and I'll have that posted so you guys can look up the myth and read more werewolf stories if you guys want. But yeah, to recap. Recapping first is that I will be doing some changes to the channel. Nothing that pertains to completely destroying the channel. Like I said, I just changed the positioning where I was setting. I changed the background a bit. Hoping you guys like it. If not, I got some ideas from the family. And I will be doing those. But just if you guys got any ideas, just let me know. The recap on the story. Yes. Werewolves are real. Where they got the name? King Lycan. He was a king in Greece. He disobeyed Zeus. Believed him not to be the mightiest god of them all. If you're a Christian like I am, then you know there's only one God. But people have seen werewolves. They believe that people can turn into them. They also believe that they're just fake. They're just figment of people's imagination. But that would not explain the phone calls of the Cambridge Police Department, now would it? Pretty sure they got that on record, so if you listen to me from anywhere from near the Cambridge police station, ask them about it. Ask them to see reports. I'm pretty sure the local library might have some more on it. So I suggest you do that if you want. But like I said, I looked this up and there was an old newspaper clipping and it almost says the exact words that I said. Almost. There are a few that were changed. I didn't change them, but the person who wrote this story, I'll give the credit to the person. If the person's listening, I give you credit. I don't know your name. I apologize. It was on a different website I don't normally use. But I go to links, and I found this story. Yes, it was in a newspaper clipping. I looked up the newspaper clipping. I looked it up, and pisses me off that I forgot to post the links. Forgot to put the links in the description. I don't have them. But if I did, you know where they'd be at. But if you guys live anywhere near there, ask the local police officers. I'm pretty sure some of them know about it. Or it's in the old, being 1913, so it's not going to be in the police records. Well, it might. But the newspaper clipping might be in the library of that city. Or you could look it up online like I did. So, like I said, if you have any stories about these creatures, I will get I will get it copied, and I will get it sent to to a narrator, and one might, one will look over it and might want to get in contact with you. So if you do leave some contact information, send it to me on a message or something like that. So just don't, just say, hey, Grim, I got this story I want to tell you. Put your story down. Send to me a message, not in the comments. We want to keep things private. I'll get to one of the narrators that I know. They'll want to try to get more, and I'll leave your email address, and I'll get them to get in contact with you, and your story will get out. But not by me, but by somebody else that I know. And they'll do it right. But, till next time, this is Grim saying, good luck, good night. And for those if I insulted anybody when saying this, I'm not going to apologize. God bless.